y'all, Pam here with BeeCreative Crafts, and welcome back to the channel. So we've already got several people in chat, so let me go say howdy do. There's Mr. Rudy. Hello, Miss Susan and Miss Angel. Hello, Miss Angela. So how is everybody doing? Miss Angel's going to be in the bushes. Miss Angela is doing fine tonight and drinking water and working on a sweater. How nice. Woo. I'm knocking stuff off my desk. Hey, Renee. So everybody that won giveaways last week, your items have been shipped out. Everybody's should make it to you. I think the last one is set to be delivered on Tuesday. So, but everybody's has been shipped out. So if you haven't received it, you should be getting it by Tuesday. And for those that are wondering what I'm talking about, last week on the birthday bash, I did some giveaways. Don't worry if you missed it. Go back and check out the replay because there are still 2 live replay prizes left up for grabs. Hey, Miss Lisa. Hey, Racine. Hello, Mommy. There goes Tiny jumping up over there. There's Miss Tammy. All right, I think I've got everybody. If I missed anybody, please just give me another shout out. Tiny is going up and down. He's already coming back down. I guess he didn't want to sit up there. All right, y'all, I got to open up my drink. Hold on a second. Y'all go hear it go. I know y'all be. My Dr. Pepper. Let's see. Miss Racine saying hello to everybody in the chat. Tammy said it's good to see you. It's good to see everybody here. So y'all, I don't know what it's doing weather-wise in y'all's neck of the woods, but Tennessee has been up and down, up and down, up and down. We were in the 70s, then it dropped, then it snowed one day. It snowed all day. It was like just little flurries, but still all day. Then 2 days later, it's back up in the 70s. Last night and today, heavy, heavy rain. And now they're saying maybe we're going to get snow again for Thanksgiving. It's just up and down, up and down. Lisa says if she starts to buffer, she will watch the replay. No worries. Hopefully you won't. But so today I've been doing what my usual Thursday night has been to come home, and instead of turning on the TV, I've been reading a book. But then I lose track of time. Renee said California has had lots of rain and been in the 50s, 53. Today we were up, I want to say we were in the 70s. It felt pretty warm. The rain was cold, but the temperature itself wasn't bad. Of course, I ran to Walmart during lunch, and I get there, and the bottom fell out. So luckily I had a hoodie on. So when I got back to work, I just took my hoodie off, and I was still plenty warm, but it was cold. That rain was cold, soaked into my hoodie. But yeah, I mean, I know tis the season, right? So it's supposed to be getting colder, but and then they've been showing all the different weather models of how much snow possibly we're going to get this year, so we'll see. Renee said her nephew is in Gallatin, and he's been bragging he's warmer than me. It has been. So you've got Gallatin here in Tennessee. That's not too far from me. That's not. I'm on this side of Nashville, and Gallatin's on that side of Nashville, but about 45 minutes outside of Nashville. So, but yeah, it's been warm, but I'm over the rain. Hey, Kimberly, welcome in. Hey, Gentry. Hey, David. Y'all are all listening. But so yeah, that's what I've been doing, and y'all. I've got stuff over here. I'm gonna move it because it's crinkling and it's bothering me. So if it's bothering me, it's probably bothering y'all because y'all can probably hear it louder than I can. So I picked out. I didn't schedule anything. Well, I had that thing that I thought about working on tonight, and then I decided I didn't want to. I was thinking about making up. Hey, Miss Rachel. She said, "Good evening, everyone. Just got home from work." Well, I hope you had a good day. Kimberly says they said hi back. I hope you've had a good day. And if y'all have been missing it, Miss Rachel has been posting videos, and she's done a few lives on her channel. So y'all go check it out. Oh, thank you. My hat is cute. Thank you very much. I made this a long time ago. it was initially I was gonna do a beanie, and then I decided I would make a little hat, put a little bill on it, and I made several of them. And then every one I did the bill different, like my stitch count was different, and I don't know why. So I never did do a tutorial for it, but I need to sit down and do one and figure it out so that it stays the same. Let's see. Racine said she's in my neck of the woods on the Tennessee-Alabama line this evening. Yeah, that's not too far at all. Not too far at all. Tiny, what are you doing? Well, come on. Come on. Yeah. Come up and say hello to the people. He's like, no, I'm good. Aw, thanks, Miss Rachel. She said they're one of a kind like you. That they are. And this one I used, I made a, oh, what kind of cake was this? I think it was a lime brand cake. What was it called? It might have been one of the Karen cakes, but it had yellow in it also. And so I made one for my niece with the yellow. Rudy said, hook that yarn's lucky number episode. Very cool. I believe hook that yarn. Is that a Crystal? Is that her name? Yep, Crystal. Hook that yarn, Crystal. Favorite yogurt. I'm not a big yogurt eater, but I like vanilla yogurt. I also brought my snack in here and I didn't finish eating it because it's a chocolate chip muffin from Walmart because I was doing the Jeopardy question, so I didn't finish eating it. I don't want to sit here and chow down in front of y'all. I'll be nice. I'll wait to eat it. But let me get the spinning wheel of whips out because I need to see what I'm going to be working on this week. Now I did work on the temperature blanket from what was that, 3 weeks ago that it picked that. And I did finally do that. I worked on it. I told you I'd work on it for at least an hour, and I actually worked on it for way longer than that because I did go ahead and finish all of July. So now I just need to do the separator, the gray between the months, and then I'll be ready for August. So yay. I'm not quite caught up, but I'm getting closer. So, and I did switch off, and now I'm using AccuWeather instead of the Weather Channel because I think that it was giving me a little bit more accurate temperatures based on what I remembered. Because I know with the Weather Channel, I know that one day in August we reached 100 degrees. And the Weather Channel didn't have me reaching 100 degrees at all. But the AccuWeather did. So I switched off and went to AccuWeather. Lisa says, have I tried the new Dr. Pepper Blackberry? Oh, I have not. That sounds like it might be pretty good. I did see it's not a drink, but it has to do with Dr. Pepper. Dollar General had some Dr. Pepper candy canes. So I did buy a box of those. I haven't tried them yet, but I thought that was really cute. Hey, Miss Nancy. She said, hello, everyone. So I did buy those because they were just sitting there saying, oh, buy me. And then they had this, like a metal tin that had, like, that you can get the cookies in. And it also has a puzzle in it. So I got that too. Because it was like the candy canes and then underneath it was the puzzles. So I'll have to show that to y'all. I didn't bring it in here. It's in the other room. But I'll try to remember to bring it in and show it to y'all one of these nights. But that came from Dollar General. And of course the tin I think has a dog and an old truck. Right up my alley. Okay, so let me share screen. And let's see what whippity whip I'm going to be working on. Nope, not that. This. Is it this? Yes, it is. Share screen. Wheel of Whips. And let's see what is on the old agenda for this week. And spin. Need to work on my ugly Christmas sweater, even if it's not on the Willow Whips, but I do need to work on it. Oh, the wool basket. That one really needs to be worked on because y'all that basket has been a whip for a while. Let's see, stop sharing. That one has been a whip for a long time. When did I start that, y'all? I started that basket as a whip when I was still doing my lives over on the other side of the room sitting in the recliner. So that's been a long time. It's time to finish that basket and felt it and you start using it because I mean it's giant. It's sitting right here. I told you I brought all the whips in here so that I would be ready. Although the yarn isn't over yonder, but it's big. It's a big old. Okay, so that's the bottom. I don't even know how many rounds it was. Then that the dark right here, that's where the bottom ends, and then it starts going up the sides. I don't know how many. I think I have one. The rest of this cream color, and then I've got another one this color, and I think I have one more of this dark color, and I thought I would finish that off at the top to do the top color, and then the handle. And what I may do for the handles, instead of doing like just a big handle, I may just like leave like a gap, like do like a chainless double crochet and do like a gap so that it just leaves like an opening. So then, and then like make it kind of a thick chunky handle. So Karen said that would make a nice footstool. Let's see. Racine says, "Do I know how much more to work on the back?" Well, I'm thinking I'm going to do a whole nother. I'm going to use the whole skein of this, so it'll be another section about this big. But the thing is, when this felts down, it's going to be about half this size, but it makes a really thick fabric, really thick felt. And I'm just using. I love this wool from. Oh, there's hair on it that I got from Hobby Lobby. So that's what I'm using for it. But like I said, I mean, I've been working on this sucker for a while. So it's time for it to get done. So it needed to come up on the whip. And there's another thing, there's another whip that needs to go on there that I also started when I was still sitting over there. And that is that big old blanket that I was making. I think I was using a P hook. It was either an N hook or a P hook. And I was using that anniversary cake, that really soft anniversary cake with the little speckles in it. Dots or confetti or something. I forget what it was called, but it has the bright colored dots. But remember those big old anniversary cakes that were like bigger than your head? Yeah. So Racine said she's felted before. That will look beautiful when it's done. Thank you. I've made one basket and then I put stuff in it to take to a craft show, and my kiddos came by and I ended up giving it to them. So now I'm making another one, and I just haven't finished it. Let me see if I've missed anything in chat. I don't think I have. But now I have fuzz flying around my face. But so Racine has felted. Has anybody else in chat? Has anybody else felted? And if you haven't, you should give it a go. Hey, Chris, how are you? Y'all should give it a try because it's really neat. Don't use any fancy schmancy stitches with it though if you're planning on felting because it's just gonna all run together. So you can do half doubles, doubles, doesn't matter. You just don't want to do a really pretty intricate stitch that's just gonna felt and merge all together, and then you're gonna lose a lot of that definition. But I do need to work on that, so I'm glad that popped up on the list because it needs to be done. Kimberly says, I haven't, but I have wanted to. So, Kimberly, question for you. I know you are a quilter, but Have you ever tried, and I may already know the answer to this, you may have already told me, but have you ever tried crocheting or knitting? You can also felt if you don't crochet, you can knit and then felt it that way. Racine said, yep, it's so fun to see what it is before and then see the end project. Yes, because I made a bag, I've made a purse. The first one I did was when Crystal at Bag O Day, she made that purse, I think, or was it a purse? It was a bag. And so I followed her tutorial for that. And yeah, because when I put it in, it was like this wide, and I'm holding it up, and then I went and washed it. And then it was like whoop, crazy. Kimberly said yes, she made a couple of Afghans in college. See, we need to get you some yarn and a hook and get you hooking. Racine said what she's done is a bucket hat felted. See, and I've thought about doing one, a hat, either a hat or either a bucket hat, or because I guess it would really work. Maybe like a hat like this, I think would be cute felted. I just have to figure out how big to make it so that when I felt it down, it'll actually fit my head and not a newborn. Let's see. Karen said she has done yarn bowls. Oh, that's a good idea too. Kimberly says, well, it has been a few years. Krista's bags are nice felted. Yep, and I made a little so I had some of the Chloe. Now I know the Chloe is a mixture. Oh, what is it mixed with? Do I have a Chloe laying here? I used to have a Chloe sitting handy dandy where I could just grab it. But it's a blend. But it has enough wool in it. It has enough like not superwash. It has enough wool that you're supposed to hand wash that it will felt. It doesn't shrink as much, but I made a little cell phone purse, and my granddaughter took it. She didn't take it. She liked it, so I gave it to her. Hi, Tiny. Are you back? Come here. Come here. Can you say hi to peoples? Susan says, hi, hello, I am here. Hey, Miss Susan. Say hi to the peoples. Tiny has been chewing on plastic, and when he chews on plastic, it makes him gag, and then he pukes on the floor, and then I find it when I step on it with my sock feet. Like right before coming in here, I walked into the bathroom in my sock feet, and I stepped in something cold and wet, and I'm like, what is that? Yeah, it was cat vomit. That's always lovely. Everybody's saying hi to you. And Miss Susan saying hi to everybody in the chat. I'm looking. Let's see. Chris said his cat likes to lick plastic too. Thankfully, he doesn't eat it. He chews on it, and I guess he like gets little pieces off of it. But I was trying to figure out what he was chewing on the other day, and I got rid of it. And then I guess I had a piece of like these little whatever these are, garland sticks that you can get from Dollar Tree, and I think I saw them at Dollar General too. But yeah, so he was chewing on the edge of that plastic. Susan says, have I been on very long? No, ma'am. I came on at 8:30 instead of 8 today. Partially because I've been trying to catch some of Cynthia at Cynthia's Joyful Creations. I've been trying to catch some of her live. And she doesn't usually start till 7:30. And also, when I got home from work today, I sat down and was reading a book. And I lose track of time when I do that. Renee said she's actually crocheting tonight. Christmas ornaments for my youngest grandchild. Oh, that's awesome. There's Mr. Nightbot from letting y'all know that I am a Plaid affiliate. If you click on that link, they're having some good Black Friday sales coming up. And if you buy something, I earn a little coinage. Doesn't cost you anything extra. But if you want to save a little more money, you can use the code BeeCreative1, and that will save you 15% off of your order. Now, there are some restrictions, but yeah. And also, y'all, We Crochet, which is crochet.com, is having a sale. They're having their Black Friday sale, and I should have Let me get that coupon code. Hold on. I have a coupon code y'all can use to save 30%. Now, there's also restrictions with that. Like if you have another coupon code, you can only use one. But it's only good through the December 1st, I think. Where did they put it? It was on Discord. So I will type that in there because that's a good deal. Where is it? It's on my phone. I just have to remember what tab it's under. That one. This one right here. And let's see here. While it's doing that, let me go ahead and do the Jeopardy question. So tonight's category is still Best Picture Oscar winners. So our answer tonight is, and I did not have any idea of the, I took a guess and I was completely wrong. So there you go. All right, so professor, author, critic, and PBS host Henry Louis Gates Jr. served as a consultant on this 2013 film. Like I said, I was completely wrong. Okay, let me get this code for y'all while that does its thing. Okay, so the code, helps if I go back over here to comments, there we go, is that's a Q, AWC, where'd you go? You were just there, there we go. BeeCreative. 3-0. Whoopsies. And that is at crochet.com. Crochet.com. Okay, so AW, make sure I got it tapped in right for y'all. AWC BEE Creative 30. That will save y'all a 30%. Kimberly said, I got nothing. This, Kimberly, was in the questions. It wasn't where they normally do the wasn't where they normally do all the stuff. So go look. Maybe she put it in the wrong thing. But she put one of those spreadsheets like they did for our other codes. Kimberly, what she's talking about is Kimberly is what is it? Connection, thread connection. Is that what it is? Tell me if I'm wrong. But she has a code, and Kimberly, feel free to drop it if you would like, as well as the website for that, because We Crochet has crochet.com. They also have Knit Picks for knitters. They have, and then they have the, I want to say it's CT, so maybe Connection Threads, Connect Threads, Thread Connect. Let me know, Kimberly, for quilters and sewers. So she has a code for that one for hers if y'all want to use it. Connecting threads. Let's see. Susan is working on a shrug with a hood on it. Ooh, nice. Oh, I'm missing a comment. I see red or gray. Let me scroll back up. Miss Renee is going to her first yarn fair on Sunday, taking a class on strand knitting. Ooh, that'll be fun. Let's see. Susan says she ordered some millions from Premier the other day. They were on sale for $3 a pound, but they only had red or gray. But red and gray go really nice together. I made a wrap out of red and gray. They go really nice together, I think. But this is part of their that what I was posting, the 30% off. That's part of their Black Friday deal. Like I said, it's, I guess I can, let me double check the date. I think it's December 1st though. Let me just make 100% sure. Now I'm not an affiliate with them, so if you click on the crochet.com, I don't earn anything. I'm just sharing that out because y'all can save money too. Yes, this code is good from starting today, 11/20, through the 3rd, December 3rd. So good through December 3rd. Susan said, and it will have sleeves. That'll be nice for this winter. Racine is crocheting on a filet doily as a gift for one of her friends up here in the Yarny Streets. Ooh, that will be nice for one of all of our friends. I wonder if I know this friend. I bet I do. I mean, you said we all know one of all of our friends. So I think I probably know who it is. I'm just guessing. And I could be completely wrong. But looking to see if I've gotten any answers to the Jeopardy or questions to the Jeopardy answer. I haven't seen any if they have come through. I didn't have a clue. I had zero clue. Let's see. Kimberly said the discount code for the 30% off on connecting threads. Oh, see, look at that. You do have 30% off. ACT Divine Inspirations 30. I will pop that up in a minute because we got the Jeopardy thing going on. But for those that can see it in the chat, if you go to connecting threads for all of your quilting needs, but they also have stuff like if you like to sew, because they have seam rippers and cutters and scissors and all that kind of fun stuff. Tammy said, no idea. I had no idea either. Racine said she was a teacher. Maybe I don't know then. Because I don't think the person I was thinking of was ever a teacher, but maybe. I don't think so. I do know. I do know who you're talking about. If you know, where does she come from for vacation? If it's okay, so if it's that person, Gatlinburg. If it's the person I'm thinking, Gatlinburg. If it's that one, you can let me know. That's not who I was thinking of initially, but teacher, that's who. That's that you. Yeah. May I help you, sir? You've already had your supper and you've had your treats. I won't say it out loud. Alrighty, y'all. Let's go over here and check out the if nobody has a guess on the Jeopardy, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the answer or the question to the answer. I did not know, and I think it's because I have never seen this movie. So there it is. Okay. So again, the category is Best Picture Oscar winners. And the answer is professor, author, critic, and PBS host Henry Louis Gates Jr. served as a consultant on this 2013 film. And I also don't know who Henry Louis Gates Jr. is. I don't think. I don't know who that is. So that also had a, I didn't know who it was. Anyway, so the question is, what is 12 Years a Slave? So now Tiny has found a bag to lay on. Susan said, what pattern is your hat, please? I do not have a pattern for it. It is just, y'all, let's see. Don't mind my flat hair because I put this hat on. It is, I just did a granny square and a circle. And then I just did an increase. So it's just the granny clusters. And then I did single crochets for a little brim. Or for a little, well, yeah, I guess a brim. And I was going to make it into a beanie or a beret. And then instead I decided to just add this little bill. But I need to do a tutorial for it, but I was telling them at the beginning, I made several of these hats. I made them to take to Comic-Con. So Comic-Con was supposed to be, what, 2020? And it got postponed. So I probably started making the hats 2019-ish. And I made several. I made quite a few of them. And I did some of them in like typical bright, bold comic book colors. Like I did a red and a blue one for like Spider-Man or Superman. But anyway, I kept doing the build different every single time. So what I need to do is I need to sit down and I need to write it out so that I do it the same way every time. Lisa said that hat reminds me of a newsboy hat. Yes, and I think that's basically what it is. Yeah, it's a newsboy hat. Newsboy hat. And let's see. Kimberly says, wait, somebody else set it up here. Where did it go? I thought it did. Maybe not. Okay. Kimberly says he was Henry Louis Gates Jr. is from Finding Your Roots. It's a great show. Okay, see, now I remember that show, but I couldn't have told you who hosted it. And Kimberly says she did see that movie. It was really good. I'll have to see 2013. What was I doing in 2013? My kids were little. So we were probably going to ball games, and it's probably not a movie they would have wanted to see. So Susan said, yes, please do a tutorial. Okay, let me write that down. Tutorial. I'll have to rework it up. I think I did this one when I did this one with with this hook here. It's from Hobby Lobby. This is a K, but when I use this hook, I crochet really tight anyway. But now that I've switched to the Odyssey, I have a looser tension, so I tend to crochet more industry standard. So I will probably redo this hat, but do it in probably an I or a J, probably an I hook. But if you crochet tight like I did with these, then you'll probably want to do it with a K, because I know this was done with a K hook. This was the hook that I used for everything back in the day, so I'm 99% sure it was done with a K. But I'll work it up and, yep, whoops. And Racine also wants a hat. Racine says, I'll come for hat making. Karen says she saw ball caps and crochet. Amazon has a plastic bill for them. Oh, really? That's kind of cute. But yeah, this one I just put, I just did my own little. It's not very long. I made some like a sun visor, and I tried to make it like bigger. But as y'all can see, this one's been folded. Like right here, you can tell where I've had it folded. I keep trying to unfold it, and it's like sticking up right here. It's like what's more my horns are, poking it out. Like almost like a unicorn or a cyclops. Now cyclops is an eye, right? That's not a horn. Whatever. Anyway, but tutorial for what shall we call this? Let's call it the Granny Newsboy. How's that? Does that sound like a good Granny Newsboy? But I was trying to come up with something that would be that guys would have bought. So one of the hats I made actually looks like a Mario, something Mario would wear from Mario Brothers. So Racy said I'm funny yellow. Sometimes I say stuff and it just out it pops. Not intentionally funny. It just happens sometimes. And Nancy, if you're still listening, Tiny's laying on the bee bag. It's like a bee organizer bag. because it was sitting on the basket, like the basket that I have to work on. And I set it down to get the basket, and now he's laying on it. Huh. Yeah. He's a mess. So, has everybody got big plans for Thanksgiving? What's everybody doing? We have a big family together. I don't know how many of us there are going to be there, but a bunch. There's usually 25 to 50. It just depends on who. I never know how many people are going to be there. I think we have the head count in one of our family group chats, but I didn't count them all up. I have not bought the first thing to start cooking. I thought about it today when I ran to Walmart, but I didn't have my list of all the stuff that I need, so I bought nothing. I don't know what I'm taking. So I guess I need to figure all that out. Racine said she's working, but she's going to eat at Cracker Barrel. See, Cracker Barrel now, they have a good Thanksgiving dinner. We used to always be traveling on Thanksgiving because when we lived in South Carolina, we would come over to Tennessee. But so we would usually be traveling, and then we would do all of our Thanksgiving meals once we got here. And we stopped at a lot of different restaurants along the way. Cracker Barrel has a good one. We used to stop at one called the Bean Pot. It was really good. We ate there often. And Mom, are you still listening? Isn't that what it was called? The Bean Pot? It was kind of like a Cracker Barrel, but it wasn't like a chain. But they had like a little country store. They had a store with a bunch of little cool knickknacks. Like you could get like a round to it. It was like a little round disc, and it had to it written on it, so you would get a round to it. Those type of things. And like the little, oh, what are they? Like just little wooden games and stuff that they could have been handmade. They looked handmade, but they may have bought them from somewhere that to make it look handmade. But back in the day, I figured that somebody probably made all the stuff, but they had really good food. Really good food. I need to see if that place is even still open. I know my sister stopped there, and they had this old, like an Indian old man, like a guy sitting in a chair, and they had a string going to his hand, and so like when people would come in, the whoever was behind the register could pull it and make his hand go up, just to kind of freak people out. Lisa is helping a friend feed homeless, and she's buying potatoes and butter. Oh, well, that's a great thing to do. That's really good. Now, Karen's comment up here. Let me take that off. Karen's comment made me think. Have y'all been seeing the trucker hats where they're taking like the granny squares and gluing a granny square on them? Have y'all seen those? I've seen several people that have made those. Well, the one I was watching do it, she just glued it on. I would probably maybe glue it on just initially, but then I would think I would have to like stitch it on as well, because I'd be afraid that glue would release. But Karen said Mama Kayla makes them. She's the one that I saw making them I saw hers, she was making them, and she put other stuff with it. One of the ones that she was making, like what one did I watch her make? A Little Mermaid. But I've been seeing them on Facebook too. Hers I saw on YouTube, but I've been seeing them on Facebook on different on some of the different crochet sites. They've just been popping up on my feed, and I think somebody sent me one. They're really kind of cute. But I don't know. I don't know if everybody would. Lisa said I've never seen or heard of them. Let me see if I can find a picture. Let's see here. Let's Google. We're gonna say granny square trucker hat. If I can type. Granny Square Trucker. And also, I got them on Etsy for $25, $35. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all this, but they got them starting on Etsy from $17 all the way up to $54. Let's go share screen. Karen says she does great work with all that she has going. I know, right? She's amazing to me. Y'all, there's like a hair that is, I can see it, and it's driving me nuts. Okay, share screen. Granny Square Trucker hats. Did it share? It did. Let's go to images. But that one's a big one. Let's make it to where y'all can see it. Is it making it big enough to where y'all can see them? And Kimberly says to Lisa, she's proud of her for helping out like that. I haven't discovered anything like that here. See, that's crazy, Kimberly, that that they don't have stuff like that. We need to find you a local group in your area, like a local Facebook group, because that's where a lot of our stuff gets posted. Can y'all see all of these? But it's something different that you can do with your granny squares if you didn't want to make a blanket. But you just take a granny square and you add it to the bill, or to the big part of a trucker hat. That one's not even on a trucker hat. That one just looks like a regular old, but well, no, I guess it does have the mesh back there behind it. So, but I thought they were kind of cute. What up, Carrie? Lisa said her friend and I have been doing that for a long time. And that's awesome. That's a great thing to do. Oh, you know what? Let's see if I can get these. I wonder if I can do that while I have y'all on here. Let's see. I meant to do this before I started. They got us some new backgrounds and stuff. Let's see. Oop, back up. Wrong one. Yes, add Thanksgiving. Where are the backgrounds? More. They had some newbies on here. That's not what I want. Where did they go? I added them. They disappeared. So let's make me smaller. Which one was it? Not that one. No. It kicked me out. It wasn't that one. It's this one. Okay. Festive border. It also said that had like a new background. That's what I was looking for. But where did my backgrounds go? Oh, I hid it. There we go. But one of them looked like it was really pretty. Pumpkin garden. That is too much with the border. Let's take you off. There we go. Now we have our little holiday festive Thanksgiving behind us. But they had one that looked like that just looked orange. And I liked it. Karen said, new fad. I guess so, because there's a bunch of them going around. But I've been seeing the granny square thingies. But Lisa said they're doing 60 pounds of potatoes. Usually they do 50. They'll probably get eaten too. But that's a good thing to do. That's a great thing to do. Kimberly says pretty. I like it just for something different. Okay, so for all my StreamYard people, you know how I told you how you like when you're leaving and it keeps making you smaller and smaller and smaller. I have found, oh, Joyful Raid. Hey, Miss Jen Reeves. I have found that if I stop the screen share by clicking at the top where it says stop screen share here, you can click there. You can also click it at the bottom. If I click it at the bottom, that's where it's shrinking it down. If I click it at the top one, it doesn't. Now, next week, it may be different, but just for some others that might have been experiencing the same thing, just letting you know. So how are you doing, Miss Jen Reeves? I hung out at their house the other night watching their live. Y'all, whatever I've stirred up is about to drive me nuts. Making my nose all itchy. I know it was that yarn, and it's because it's been down here, and I pulled that fuzz off. She said, I'm good. How are you? I'm good. It's my weekend, so tomorrow I have to go get my oil changed, so that shall be a good time. And it was scheduled for 10 o'clock. All of my schedule confirmation said 10 o'clock. My email that they sent me on Sunday said 10 o'clock. Then they sent me another email or text reminder today that said, just a reminder for your oil change tomorrow at 9:30. I was like, pretty sure it's 10 o'clock. So I had to go back through all my notes and find it all. So then I called them just to make sure, because I don't want to show up at 9:30 if it's not until 10 o'clock, because then I'm going to be sitting there for 30 minutes. But I also don't want to show up at 10 o'clock if they moved it to 9:30. So I called to confirm. And the poor little guy, he was like, yep, for some reason. But I guess the system automatically did it. He's like, for some reason, the system moved you to 9:30. I was like, he's like, I can put you back at 10. I'm like, that's fine. I'll be there at 9:30. I just, I'm slow in the mornings. I'm a slow morning. I'm not a morning person. Never have been. Even if I'm awake, I'm not usually out of bed. I'll just lay there. But I was like, it's okay. That'll get me up, get me moving earlier. So Jen said, take your crochet. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a project to work on. And then I also have a book that I started because I finished one book. Because I'm reading this book series. It's the Bellingwood book series. Thank you to Miss Kimberly Pajama Quilter for introducing me to it. But it's a great book series. If y'all are looking for something to read, it's on Kindle Unlimited. It's by Diane Greenwood Muir, so y'all should check it out. And there's like 40-something books in the series, but so I just finished one and started another one because I'm trying to read them all while I got Kindle Unlimited, because it's cheaper to pay the Kindle Unlimited each month rather than buying each individual book. So once I finish this series, I'm probably going to cancel the Unlimited for a little while because I've already bought another book in the other series that I'm reading. So, but yeah, but I'm taking a project, and I did put this down on my list of something to do a tutorial for. I still have the soap sacks. I've got to free up some more memory. Okay, so for those in the chat, do any of y'all, or if you do tutorials, or if you just have a really good digital camcorder camera, what do y'all use? Because I've been using my cell phone, and I use up all the memory on my phone. Then I have to transfer the videos off and put them on a flash drive or external hard drive. And so what cameras do y'all recommend? Do y'all have one that you like? Because right now there's a lot of them on sale, being, coming up on Black Friday and stuff. I've been seeing quite a bit on sale. And some of them have like good reviews, but the good reviews are really, really good, but the bad reviews are really, really bad. Like, don't buy this camera. It's blurry. It doesn't focus right. It's, you know what I'm saying? So Renee said the Insta360, it's incredible. Jen says she also needs a new camera and her lighting stinks. Well, this little guy, let me show you this little guy. Let me see if I can turn him around. So this is a light. Come on, turn. And then this is a cell phone holder. But actually, I could have just done this right here. I got it at Dollar General, I think. But it's got this big old metal clamp. But so I was doing a tutorial the other day, but this little light is a USB. Now let's see if I can clamp this back up here. Yeah. Because, come on. There we go. Because my other arm that I put my cell phone on, it doesn't, it's plastic. Well, where's that? I have another one laying here. What to do with it? I lost it. Anyway, it's a big long arm and it's metal. But all of the attachments that they send you to go with them are plastic. And no matter how much you tighten them, they don't want to stay. So like when I put my phone or iPad or whatever, then it wants to fall down, which drives me nuts because I'll be right in the middle of something and then it'll fall. And then I'll have to readjust everything. And so, okay, the Insta360. I got to write this down because I will not remember. Okay, I will check that out. But so I thought instead of buying a new phone that I would do that. Renee says I have the camera on an arm. See, that's what, I don't know if you can see this. I have another one. What did I do with it? It couldn't have gone far. Because everything's in this room. But I may have set it over there on that bag, I bet you. Let's see. Can you come up out of here? No. Anyway, I've got several different things, but I do like the arm because you can attach it to different, like if I want to attach it to like a shelf, but Jen said those are expensive, the Insta360. How expensive? But I mean, it's not more expensive than a cell phone probably. But I want something that has good quality, that's gonna last. I like being able to take the SD card out, so I can plug it into the computer, or I can just take the little SD card out and plug it right into the computer, and then I don't have to worry about transferring and all that kind of stuff. And she said it's a 4K. Gotcha. So I looked up a Sony, and the Sony one was the Sony was well out of my budget. But when I did a search for it, like a generic version of the same camera popped up. So it was pretty nice. Renee said hers runs directly to a MacBook Pro. And Jen said she thinks Ivy's is a lot like what Jeannie had. See, I like what Jeannie had too because she had the little zoom. See, I've got two decent webcams, but I was hoping I could get something that I could either record, because one of the cameras that I looked at had like a mic and everything that came with it, and it had different attachments that you could like zoom in and out. But you could also, I could take it outside and do videos outside, or I could hook it into the computer and use it as a webcam. But I mean, I don't know. And it came with a remote. But anyway, but this one here on that y'all can't see, that's facing back this way, that one is a Nexigo. And then this one that I use when I flip the camera and y'all can see going down is a Digi something. No. Depths Tech. But it was less expensive than the Nexigo, but it had better reviews and did the same stuff. So I tried that one just because it was a little less expensive. But and it also came with a remote. That's not it. Yes, it is. And it probably does a whole lot more stuff than I even give it credit for. But it'll zoom down. Once you get it focused, you can lock the focus or you can put it on autofocus. The only thing about the autofocus, if y'all been in chat when I've been on the live, if I have it on autofocus, a lot of times it just constantly tries to go in and out because it's trying to focus on my hand or focus on the yarn. So a lot of times I'll just turn off the autofocus because to me this is distracting, where it's trying to focus in and out. But anyway. But I'll have to go back because I know Jeannie had posted what she had. But hers was really nice, and hers I know she could use it. It could move up and down and all kinds of stuff by itself. Or with the remote, not by itself. But like mine, everything's manual. But I'm going to look at that Insta360. I'll look into that one and see. All right, does anybody have any announcements they want to share before we head out? Let me know. Oh, and I didn't finish telling y'all what I'm doing this weekend, did I? So, there's a group of us friends here, and we all have November birthdays, and probably, oh gosh, at least 10 years ago, probably longer than that, we started to getting together. We haven't done it every year. Some years we're just busy in it and we don't get together. But for probably 10 or 15 years, at least, we get together one night during November and we either have a big old birthday party or we go out to eat. Susan said, am I going to go live next Thursday? As of right now, yes. It just depends. I'll have family coming in from out of town. So if they're wanting to do something, then no. But as of right now, yes. Hey, Ola Joe. Miss Andrea, she said sailing through, left my thumbprint. Hi and bye. Bye. Well, thank you for swinging through. But as of right now, yes, I'm planning on going live. For those that weren't here last week, or if you missed it when I was telling y'all at the beginning, go back and check out the birthday bash replay because there are 2 replay gifts. I'm not going to tell you what you got to do. You got to go watch the replay to find out what you got to do. But and to see what those prizes are. But there are 2 replay giveaways. So be sure to go watch that. But that will be drawn. I will do the drawing for that on next Thursday. Andrew says, welcome, and hi, Susan. But yeah, so be sure to check that out because I want to get as many people the opportunity to enter. I think they're pretty nice gifts myself. It's nothing like super expensive, but if I did not own one of the items, I would really appreciate the one item. So, but, I mean, the other item I would really like too, if I liked doing that particular style of crochet. There you go. If y'all missed it, you're like, what is she talking about? If you watched it, you'll know. Or if you've been around my channel a long time, you probably know one of my lesser favorite crochet things to make. I think it's because I burnt myself out on it a few years ago because I made a bunch. I think I just really burnt myself out on them. There are still a few things that I do want to make that are that, but I know I'm being very, very vague. All right, y'all. Well, I guess I'm going to get off of here and I'm going to go reheat up my muffin. I like to pop my muffins in the microwave for about 10-15 seconds to get them a little bit warm and melt those little chocolate chips. Oh, so good. Susan said, is Nancy here tonight? She is. She is. Racy says she was in my live. They are very beautiful and look like fun to do. Jen says burnout is real. It is like, I make and I don't make a lot of the same item over and over and over, but because I like to do something different. But yeah, one year I was getting ready for a craft show and I made egg bunch, and I was just like, and well, okay. So I made a bunch, and then it took me years to sell them because I was just so convinced that these things were gonna sell like boom, boom, boom. I was gonna sell out and not have any left, and that's not what happened. Renee said, "Have a great evening. It was fun. Thank you." Angela said, "I've enjoyed being in your live. Good night, everyone, and stay safe. Thank you." Let me go over here to our media. Let's see here. Let me play this for everybody here tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, y'all. I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend. And I will see y'all, like I said, as of right now, I am planning on being live on Thanksgiving. If anything changes, I will post it. I'll do a whatever they're calling it now. I'll do a post. I will let y'all know. I'll is that what they're calling it? Are they calling it a post? What are they calling it, y'all? Is that what they're calling it? They changed it. They used to be a community. Yeah, I guess now it's just a post. So I'll post it. I'll post it on the channel if I'm not going to be going live. Let's see, got some people saying stuff. Racine said thank you, and everyone in the chat. Great seeing you all. Yes, and I'm so glad to see you back on the YouTube streets, Miss Racine. Jen says happy Thanksgiving. Susan said she's happy she made it tonight. My mom says good night. Bible reading. The post page. See, yeah, I knew they changed the name, but yeah. But anyway, so if for whatever reason, if I don't go live, if I'm hanging out with the fam, then I will post. But usually because we do Thanksgiving lunch, and by the time I would be going live, everybody has partied out and we're all ready to just chill. So, but if that, like I said, if it changes, I will do a post and let y'all know. Otherwise, I will see y'all next week. Now let me go back over here. Wrong button. This one. All right, y'all. Remember, be creative, and until next time, happy crafting.